There was nothing like in the air. It was something that any normal person with a modern lifestyle would be able to follow. I've gained a lot out of it. More accepting. Anger really became, non-existent.
My psychologist told me that you don't need.
Situations don't worry me.
So zero panic attacks. Brilliant.
I'm able to do more.
Phenomenal change in a very short period of time.
I can't just describe it was how good it has been.
Oh, there's a huge difference.
I'm happy I'm feeling better.
I wanted to go deeper into my spiritualistic journey and get more out of my meditative practices. Working with Abhi was experimental to start off with. And then I saw a lot of merit because the practices or the talks that we were having were very grounded. There was nothing like in the air. It was something that any normal person with a modern lifestyle would be able to follow. And I thought I'll give it a shot. So I started with that, and I think I've over this short period that we've been together, I've gained a lot out of it. Look, even before I started my journey with Abhi, I was already doing a meditative practice, which took me to a certain level, but I don't think I was making a big breakthrough. It was always, I did see a change and a transformation happen, but not to the level which I would want it to be like. I would see myself like there would be a temporary, growth sort of, and then I would see myself fall back again into the same rhythm. I think working with Abhi I saw a phenomenal change in a very short period of time. My stress, not so much, but in general, the way I was looking at life really saw a phenomenal difference. I saw myself being more accepting. Anger really became, non-existent. Confidence I feel that I was feeling in myself again was a major boost. I felt there was a time when there was that, fearfulness in myself, and then kind of a little bit of self-doubt happening now every now and then. But with the meditative practices that we've started doing now with Abhi, I felt I was regaining myself, the confidence, the voice that I always wanted to be. I was seeing myself have that. Yeah, so it was just very sort of like gaining touch with yourself again. So yeah, confidence was a big thing. Fearfulness, like nothing, like everything is going to be taken care of feeling. The thing that no matter what happens, it's all going to go well. And there's, somebody, whatever, that super energy is there to, or the universe, whichever way we want to put it, is there to take care of me. So I really did not, even if the situation wasn't going with how I thought it should go, like from within me, it just didn't bother me as such. I mean, yes, I wanted it to go another way, but if it didn't, it was still fine. And I think that what I saw in myself was the biggest, growth. There were people around who were not doing what they wanted to do, or in terms of my career, there was a little dip that happened, which was kind of self-manifested, but that's quite all right. And I became really, comfortable with that decision that I took. And just that very feeling that, taking that control of my own life, that I think was a very, the biggest gift, I feel. Is sort of like a very recent phenomena. I'm in a profession where I was feeling, and I mean, I've been in a profession for a number of years now, and I was feeling very, very pulled down and lack of energy. And, I was like, nah, I don't want to kind of continue with it. But simply because I think somewhere inside you have a fear lurking that, you will put yourself in a financial stress, or if this is not there, then what sort of situation, and you continue to be in that unpleasant state maybe. And I knew it was getting to that unpleasantness within me. So I decided to take a break. And I think a lot of that power or that strength came from my meditative practices, because sometimes we just make it, too big in our head, and it's that took that control more in my hands, rather than being just, going with the flow and going in the situation and just keep taking things. And I internally had a belief that something good and positive is going to come out of it. And for them, it didn't cause any sort of stress as such. Seeing myself 5 years before to what I am now, I think I would not have been in a situation to take that call if I was not on this growth, personal growth journey. I think I'm kind of coming to that point also where in my head, I'm not too big. Like, I'm not just, it's me and every life around me as well, which has the same respect and same importance. And to understand that they are on their own journey, I think that has given me a lot of perspective. So I feel pretty calm and collected within myself. We've been involved with Abhi for a very short period of time, but I think the changes that I'm seeing in myself, I think, as he puts it, the return on investment, that's pretty high, I should say, because apart from we do our daily practices, so that is definitely, a good amount of investment, but it's not very, I think the flexibility that you get, it's not very rigid. It's not very, you have to do some things this way. Yes, I mean, the practices need to be followed in a certain manner, but, in terms of being flexible with the timing, with the awareness of my own body and my own state, and then carrying on the practices in that way, and keeping my own, my lifestyle also into taking care of that as well, and not having any unrealistic demands on my time. That, I think, is a very big way in which I see a huge return on whatever time we are committing to our growth and to the spiritualistic practices. So I feel it's great with the time we are putting in, and the amount of the internal changes and the experiences that I'm having. It's pretty awesome. I don't see any reason why anyone would not be able to do it, because firstly, the practices that we've gone through, and the meditative processes that we've done, they are accessible to anyone, any age, I feel, and any, a person who has an inclination to do it without having, as I said, unrealistic demands on the time or on your body. I believe it's pretty accessible that way, with the timing, with the bodily constraints that we might have. It's just, if one has a desire to do it and you're ready to, do that little bit of commitment of those morning and evening practices, basically, I think it's pretty achievable goal. I think hesitation is pretty natural, because we do not know what we are entering into to start off with. But I would say it's a pretty safe environment to be in, and start with a feeling of like, I don't know, but let me explore, sort of thing. So let me just see how it goes and experience it for yourself, and then pretty much make up your mind. So it's not like you're not following any rigid school of thought, or you're not being pushed into something which you would not want to get into. But it's a matter of total choice and freedom. Just be exploratory and give it a shot, and what you would experience, I'm sure you will